everyone, my name is Adriana. I love makeup, so this is what I do.
Adriana Lima has been leading the way around the world for years with her beauty, ease, and power. But what if the real reason for her fame goes beyond the catwalk? What if her road became more than just modeling for Victoria's Secret? It's not what you think when you first look at Adriana, and her change is even stranger than you could have imagined. Watch the video to find out how the beauty got to be so good. Adriana Lima's start. Adriana Lima was born in the small Brazilian city of Salvador. She wasn't always well known. Her family didn't have a lot of money. Adriana, her mother, and her sisters lived in a normal neighborhood. Adriana had big hopes even when she was young. It was always her favorite thing to look at pretty women on TV and in magazines. Adriana's mother pushed her to join a beauty contest when she was only 13. Her mother had high hopes for Adriana, even though she was shy at first. This turned out to be a good choice. The photographer who hired Adriana as a model told her how beautiful she was. At first, she did small things like being in local ads, but everyone knew she was unique. This girl, Adriana, did really well because she is Brazilian. It was hard for Adriana to give a good performance because Brazil is known for its rich culture, beautiful beaches, and stunning scenery. People were very interested in her foreign looks and natural beauty, which was different from what many American or European models looked like at the time. People in Brazil really liked her because she was so charming. She got her big break when she was 15 years old. She flew all over the world as soon as she signed with a top beauty agency. Over time, she got bigger jobs like magazine covers and ads as she gained more skill. Soon, Vic's Secret found her. That was the start of her rise to fame as one of the world's most famous models. Adriana Lima went from living in a small city in Brazil to appearing at the biggest events in the world. Her rise to fame is a real rags-to-riches tale. She never gave up on her goals, and many others were moved by her journey because it showed that with enough hard work and self-belief, anything is possible anywhere. Find out how Adriana Lima's unique beauty and drive made her a fashion star around the world and a Victoria's Secret angel, the rise to fame. Adriana Lima didn't get to where she is now all at once. She worked hard at small jobs like posing for local ads and small runway shows after she started modeling at age 15. But her goal was always to make it big. From the start, she seemed naturally different. People in the business world were immediately drawn to her unique Brazilian beauty and classy attitude. But Adriana's life wouldn't change for good until she was 17 years old. The Victoria's Secret fashion show, which is one of the biggest events in the fashion world, let her walk around. Adriana was scared even though she was still excited. It was an honor to be picked to walk for Victoria's Secret at such a young age. When she walked out on stage, she was very sure of herself and started to shine right away. The crowd was mesmerized by her beauty, but it wasn't just her looks that made her stand out on the runway. It was impossible not to notice her because she moved with such grace and life. From that point on, Adriana's business took off. As soon as she joined the Victoria's Secret Angels group of models, she became one of the most loved ones from the company. A lot of people around the world knew about these angels because of how beautiful they were and how well they could walk. Adriana's name was in TV ads, fashion mags, and ads for high-end businesses everywhere. From being a young girl in Brazil, she became a famous beauty all over the world. She showed up. She also did better in her work because she dated other famous models. Adriana is friends with famous models like Gisele Bündchen, Alessandra Ambrosio, and Candice Swanepoel. Fans loved seeing these beautiful women laughing and smiling with each other. They made friendship and happiness. Some of Adriana's best friends helped her see herself as not only talented but also sensible and nice. The media also paid more attention to her because she was so popular. Photographers followed her around everywhere to record every moment of her life. She started to show up on news stories and social media all the time. People were interested in many things about her, like her personal life and her modeling jobs. Adriana has always been quiet about her relationships, but the media made guesses about who her partner was and where they were. Even with all the attention, she stayed grounded by focusing on what she loved, modeling and spending time with her family. Getting attention wasn't always easy, though. Like all famous people, she had times when people really didn't like how she looked. Adriana wouldn't let the mean things people said about her body or the choices she made about her life define her. Instead, she kept going and focused on what made her feel great. She stayed true to herself, worked hard, and built a job that most people can only dream of. Both Adriana's critics and fans came to love her because of how unique she looked. Her foreign looks, dark hair, and bright eyes make her stand out from many other models. A lot of models looked the same, but Adriana's beauty was different. Her unique background as a Brazilian gave the fashion world something special and made her stand out. Not just another model, she was Adriana Lima, and she had a strong personality. Along with her beauty, Adriana became known for her toughness and determination as her career took off. She wasn't just another pretty face, she was an example of hard work who had earned her spot. Her rise to fame wasn't easy, but it was a story of determination. She showed everyone that anything is possible if you work hard and are excited. Adriana went from being a poor child in Brazil to becoming one of the most famous models in the world. Her story inspired millions of people to follow their dreams. Adriana Lima became a symbol of wealth on the Victoria's Secret runway, in magazines and in TV ads. Her rise to fame wasn't just about looks, it was also about hard work, determination, and the belief that dreams could come true. The Victoria's Secret Angel era. Adriana Lima's career really took off when she became a Victoria's Secret angel. She went from being a famous model to a worldwide star. It is known that Victoria's Secret only hires the most popular models, which is why Adriana looked good. It wasn't until 2000 that she was officially named an angel. She went to her first Victoria's Secret fashion show in 1999. This marked the beginning of a new period in her life and took her career to levels she had never imagined possible. Being an angel meant more than just wearing pretty underwear. It meant becoming the face of a business that millions of people around the world look up to. Adriana quickly became linked to Victoria's Secret because she showed beauty, confidence, and style on and off the runway. When she changed into an angel, she went from being a talented but shy model to a famous person. People were more interested in her grace, skill, and ability to connect with the crowd than in how she looked. Adriana became the face of Victoria's Secret. When you thought of the brand, you thought of her. Because she worked for the company, she became a worldwide icon, and she worked hard to live up to that image. In the fashion world's flashiest events like the Victoria's Secret fashion show, Adriana always did her best. The runway looked like a big party as angels walked down it wearing beautiful clothes and wings that made them look like they were flying. Adriana would have been one of the most popular models of her time because she was strong and beautiful. People would be amazed by her walk. Still, there was more to being an angel than just walking the runway. Adriana also did a lot to help sell the business through TV and paper ads. In these ads, she wasn't just posing, she was telling a story. She was sometimes shown as a strong, sure woman who could take charge of a room with just a glance. These ads made her even more well-known as one of the world's most famous models. In 2008, Adriana wore the $5 million fantasy bra to the Victoria's Secret fashion show. It is one of the events she will always remember. Adriana was the perfect model to show off the diamond-studded bra because it came to stand for wealth. Many people know the fantasy bra as one of the most famous pieces of underwear ever made. This event was one of the most important in her career. Still, Adriana had an effect that went beyond how she looked. She became an example to millions of women who liked not only how she looked but also how professional she was and how strong she was on the inside. Women all over the world looked up to her because she was sure of herself and was very tall. She showed that inner beauty is more important than outer beauty, and that how you act is more important than how you look. Adriana didn't just leave Victoria's Secret with fashion shows. She also did a lot of work on the company's most well-known ads and photo shoots. Fans loved her because she was honest and had a genuine smile. She was praised for both how she looked and how she made people feel. Over the course of 10 years, Adriana Lima became Victoria's Secret's face and came to represent the company. She went from being just another model to being a sign of wealth, beauty, and strength. She had an effect on more than just fashion. Her influence changed the fashion business. Adriana is still one of Victoria's Secret's most famous angels, even though she stopped walking the runway in 2018. She represents the beauty, power, and success standards she helped set. Adriana Lima's story shows that real beauty comes from within. Her change shows that balance and being yourself are key to success, the personal transformation. The road Adriana Lima took as a model only shows one part of her life. She went through a lot of personal changes over the years, which had an effect on both her public image and her job. People knew her for her beautiful looks and famous runway walks, but her personal growth changed the way she saw the world. One of the biggest changes in Adriana's life happened when she became a mother. In 2009, she gave birth to Valentina, her first child with her husband at the time, the Serbian basketball player Marko Jaric. After a few years, they had their second daughter, Sienna. Having a child changed Adriana's life in a big way and gave her a new sense of balance and direction. She started giving her family as much attention as she did her job after her goals changed. Adriana did a great job of being a mother and a beauty, even though it looked like it would be hard. She made it very clear that being a mother was just as important to her as being a model. Her fans loved seeing the softer side of her, especially when she shared pictures of her girls on social media. Adriana's family was very important to her, and she showed that being a mother doesn't make you less capable of success. Instead, it can make you stronger and more grounded. Her emotional life also had its ups and downs. Adriana's marriage to Marko Jaric ended in divorce in 2014, and the whole thing was very public. While everything was going on, she stayed focused on her job and her kids. People saw that she could keep her cool and pride even when she was in the middle of a big public event by how she handled this personal issue. Supporters loved her even more because of how graceful she was. They saw her as a strong, independent woman who could face problems head-on. Adriana's change in health and exercise had a big effect on her life, even more so than her personal growth. She had always been in great shape, but as she got older, she became more aware of how she looked. Adriana started to stress that a complete approach to health included things like regular exercise, a healthy diet, and taking care of your mind and soul. She told her fans about her exercise routine without any restrictions, showing that keeping in shape isn't just about looking good. It's also about feeling good and looking good from the inside out. How she took care of herself was a big part of how people saw her. Adriana often talked about how her love of yoga, meditation, and spending time outside helped her stay positive and refreshed. This change showed her fans that taking care of yourself is important for a happy life and that real beauty comes from the inside out. It wasn't just about the fancy picture shoots or runway shows. It was also about taking time for herself, finding inner peace, and living a balanced life. Over time, Adriana went from being seen as just a model to being seen as a good example of a woman. Along with her good looks, her strength, determination, and love for her family made her whole. People were inspired to accept their own changes when she talked more and more about being a mom, personal growth, and self-care in public. The way Adriana changed, grew, and evolved showed that these things are normal. Her own change made her more approachable and showed that success isn't just about meeting career goals, it's also about living a true life and staying true to yourself. Adriana Lima's life always gives me hope, not just because she is pretty, but also because she is brave, independent, and able to change in a world that demands perfection all the time. She shows us how to live a happy, healthy life on the inside as well as the outside. The shift in career focus. A lot of Adriana Lima's Victoria's Secret Angel fans were shocked when she told them in 2018 that she was leaving her job. After building the business for more than 20 years, it was time for a new start. The decision didn't mean she was giving up modeling altogether. It just meant she was shifting the focus of her business. Adriana wanted to look into new opportunities and live a more healthy life, even though she was happy with her job and role as a mother. Adriana's first move after leaving Victoria's Secret was to start a new modeling career. She had always been interested in many kinds of art, and acting seemed like the perfect fit for her because of how beautiful she was and how natural she was as a person. It was her appearance in the action thriller *The Follow* in 2020 that showed she could work in movies. Adriana was more than just a model, as shown by her small role. She had many skills and interests that were just waiting to be found. She also started to focus on more personal projects and shared her experiences and ideas with the people who followed her on social media. Aside from her job, Adriana spent a lot of time doing charitable things because they were very important to her. She started working on a number of charitable projects, most of which were for the health, education, and development of children. Through her work with *Innocence in Danger*, a group that works to protect children from being sexually exploited, and other causes, Adriana brought important issues to the world's attention. Returning became her main goal because it showed that she had an impact on more than just fashion. Adriana also went into business for herself. In 2020, she started a jewelry business with the goal of making pieces that were both classy and in line with her own style. With her new business, she could use her creativity to make something that her fans could connect to. It was another way for her to build her brand outside of the usual spotlight, and it gave her a sense of accomplishment that wasn't coming from modeling or acting. Things that matter to Adriana have changed since she became a mom. Her two girls, Valentina and Sienna, were a big part of her decision to live a more balanced life. For years, she was one of the most photographed women in the world. Then she started putting her family first. Even though she kept working, she started making decisions about her job based on how she could spend time with her kids and help them grow. As a mother, Adriana changed her goals. She made sure to set aside time for herself and her family so they came first. Along with her job, Adriana's desire to live a normal life away from the spotlight also played a role in her decision to back off. It became more important to her that the projects she worked on were in line with her values and would make her happy. Adriana was happy to have a life that was less public and focused on enjoying leisure activities with her friends instead of the constant attention she used to get from the media. Adriana Lima showed that her career can go in many different ways by shifting the focus of her work. It was the start of a new, exciting time for her when she decided to stop working for Victoria's Secret. She could find new interests, give back to the community, and live a more healthy, happy life. It wasn't the end of her path. A new Adriana Lima. Adriana Lima has changed recently in ways that aren't just related to her job. As she gets older, her body language, mannerisms, and public image have changed to show a new, more honest side of herself. People who follow her have noticed this change, which also changes what it means to age appropriately in public. Adriana's looks changed naturally as she moved on from her time as a Victoria's Secret angel, when she was often seen in flashy underwear and on the sexiest catwalks. She likes how she looks more naturally now, which brings out her natural beauty on the inside as well. Though she is still very pretty, she has started to dress less flashy so that her natural beauty can shine through. Adriana no longer puts on a lot of makeup or outfits that are too much. Instead, she likes to wear her hair naturally and light makeup that makes her features stand out without covering them up. One of the most clear signs that Adriana has changed is how she feels about sport and health. Even though she's always been in great shape, she now cares more about her health than how she looks. Adriana now wants to improve both her physical and mental health as a mother. She talks a lot about how much she loves yoga, meditation, and other healthy activities that keep her body and mind in shape. These routines help her stay fit and make her feel closer to her body and herself. She spends most of her day exercising in this way, and she tells her fans to do things that are good for their physical and mental health. Adriana's natural beauty and changes in how fit she is have also made her feel differently about getting older. She has stopped trying to hide how getting older is making her feel, and has instead come to terms with it. As Adriana ages, she is open about the changes that happen to her. She has become a voice for women who are learning to accept themselves at all times of life. She says that no matter what age you are, you shouldn't always try to be perfect. Instead, you should be strong and comfort in your own skin. The fact that Adriana is okay with her age shows a bigger change in culture. Women are learning to value their knowledge, experience, and inner strength more than what society thinks is beautiful. Adriana feels great about herself now. Being honest has made her a shining example in a field where looks and standards are sometimes pushed too far. She doesn't have to change how she looks to fit in with other people. She instead is proud of who she is and tells others to do the same. This goes against the strict beauty standards that have long ruled the fashion world. It shows that being beautiful is more about being happy with who you are than trying to fit into a certain mold. She has an effect that goes beyond how she looks. Young people look up to Adriana, and she has become a fan of self-care, body acceptance, and confidence. She proves that a woman can be successful and beautiful without having to look a certain way. On her appearances and social media pages, she says nice things about women and tells them to focus on their health, happiness, and personal growth. She is honest and respects herself, even though she works in fashion. This makes a lot of young women who are having issues with their self-image look up to Adriana. Adriana's growth shows that we need to be willing to move forward and change. In her personal and professional life, she has been through a lot. She is the person she is now because of all of them. It's because Adriana Lima loves her natural beauty, changes how she thinks about exercise, and questions social beauty standards that she has become a symbol of freedom. She told us that we shouldn't try to adapt to other people's ideas of beauty. Instead, she said, we should love and accept ourselves as we are. Today, Adriana Lima is more than just a pretty girl who used to be an angel. Women of all ages look up to her because she is strong, sure of herself, and true to herself. Through the years, her new ideas about what it means to be beautiful, healthy, and strong will continue to change people. Because of her, things are different. Adriana Lima's rise from Victoria's Secret angel to role model shows how important it is to love yourself and accept your natural beauty, Adriana's online influence. As we move into the digital age, social media has become a powerful tool for public figures. It's clear that Adriana Lima likes this new way that stars talk to their fans. On social media sites like Instagram, where she has millions of followers, Adriana talks about personal events, promotes brands, and how she has changed from a beauty to a person with many sides. This helps her connect with her fans on a more personal level. What Adriana does when she's not walking the runway can be seen on her social media pages. Behind-the-scenes pics give you a better look at her daily life, but she still posts flashy pics. Fans get to know Adriana better when she does her best things, like travel, yoga, and self-care, or when she hangs out with her girls or goes to family events. She talks about her love of exercise and family and posts pictures of herself at fashion events. This gives people a full picture of who she is outside of her job as a model. Brands have also used her online profile to get money from her. Adriana is famous in the beauty and fashion worlds. She only works with names she trusts, and she tells her fans about the ones she likes. Adriana's works have helped many businesses, like skincare lines, fashion brands, and wellness centers, get better and connect with her many fans. From just a model, she's become a real brand ambassador and business owner, and her support, which shows how she's changed, is taken seriously. There are some bad things about being public, especially on social media. Adriana sees the bad side of fame, even though the people who back her really do. Even for someone as well-known as Adriana, social media can bring up mean comments about her body, harsh criticism, and too high of standards. These are things that she can't avoid. Even though things are hard, she keeps a positive attitude and uses her situation to inspire and lift people up. Most of the time, people look at pieces that show Adriana at the beach with her girls, or with kind words about strength and self-love. These posts hit home for her fans because they like how honest and open she is. Adriana isn't just a model. Women look up to her on social media because they see how strong, beautiful, and able to balance her personal and work life. Adriana Lima's lasting impact. There's no question that Adriana Lima is a queen of modeling. It took her a long time to become one of the most famous and powerful women in history. She told people how to be beautiful, polite, and professional. She had a big effect on the fashion industry, and not just because of how she looks. She changed what a supermodel was meant to be like. The way she has changed over time has given others ideas. Adriana proved that you can change jobs and be successful as a model. Models are not just pretty faces in magazines. They can also be business owners, activists, and people with many other hobbies. Her move from being a Victoria's Secret angel to acting, charity work, and health and fitness has inspired younger models to do things outside of traditional catwalk shows. Adriana's willingness to show a more honest and natural side has made other models feel free to be themselves and not let the needs of the business define them. Adriana is known for more than just her job. She is also known for the good things she does for others. She has shown that beauty can be used for good by using her platform to support causes like children's health, education, and safety. Some of the groups Adriana has worked with to raise money for poor areas are Innocents in Danger and the Red Cross. Girls and people who want to use their power to make the world a better look up to her because she isn't afraid to speak out about big social problems. Adriana's life looks like it will be full of new opportunities and difficulties when she looks ahead. She still has a long way to go, even though she can't walk as many steps. Along with her business projects, rising fame in the wellness industry, and ongoing volunteer work, she has a lot of interesting job opportunities ahead of her. If Adriana wants to grow her jewelry line, take on new acting roles, or do more good deeds for others, she will definitely inspire and lead in ways that reflect her growth as a woman and a global star. Adriana Lima changed lives, gave women power, and continues to have an impact on the world. People will still talk about how she changed the modeling business and other fields years from now because she showed that real beauty comes from the inside and it's never too late to change. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Click on the next video popping up on your screen to go deeper into Adriana's incredible transformation.